Wednesday. Hump day! Wednesdays stand for walleyes. And it took me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Took me a little while to get the old girl and me and everything out here to where we are now. But I'm here. It is a balmy, compared to some days, it is a balmy 18 degrees when I left the dock this morning. Took me a little while to get away from the dock because I don't know what the technical term of it is, but the pisser on your outboard wasn't pissing. Yesterday morning when Mike and I tried to we did get out, just didn't fish. Yesterday morning, we got about halfway down the river from my house to the 81 bridge and got an overheat alarm. I never thought to check and see if it was spitting water. So on the fly, I pulled the pisser out of the motor and got the ice out of it, put it back in, and and it worked fine, and off we went. So this morning, before I left the dock, because I'm smarter than the average bear, my grandma used to tell me, I checked it, and it was frozen again, and so I undid it, brought it in the house, ran it under hot water for 2 seconds, spit the ice out, and I was off to the races. So I get out here, and water temp in the river was 32.8, up 0.8 of a degree from yesterday. And the river wasn't going to freeze, and we talked about it yesterday. I know you guys can see me, but I can't see a damn thing. 32.8 in the river. I got out underneath the 81 bridge, and I couldn't quite tell out in front of me whether it was soft or hard. So I kept going, and then I could see a bunch of geese sitting on the edge of the ice, and I'm like, but I couldn't really tell behind it. I was in front of Millionaire's Row there just before Oneida Shores. And it was solid, but I saw open water to the north, so I went up around to the north and went around it. And once I got past the park down into Muskrat Bay area, it's all open again. And I don't see any ice out here, and there's enough of a breeze blowing that, maybe whatever there was left got pushed to the south shore. Out here today, it's 33.6. I mean, I'm ready to go swimming, is what I'm ready to do. So I'm out here, everything's freezing. My rod tip, my pinky finger on my right hand, which I don't even know if it's still there or not. But the sun came up beautiful this morning. It was a gorgeous rise. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I can never get enough of them. I just can't get enough of them. The sunrise over the water. I'm sure people would argue that there are better things in life, but I don't think so. I have a feeling you'd be wrong. So I'm out here. I'm doing it. I'm doing it, baby. We got a very light and pleasant northwest wind, northwest. I'm going pretty cross lots here, so there's a lot of north in it, which makes sense. That's why we're getting these temperatures. We got the high pressure, clear skies, super cold at night. There's your amateur weatherman for the morning. If anybody out there listening to me knows Wayne Mahar, I'd love to have him do a daily weather report. Wouldn't that be cool? Wayne's awesome. I've had 3 fish this morning too. 2 walleyes and a smallmouth. All on the same thing. I've been fishing my blades. I say blades. Blade. I had one tied on from from 2 days ago. because I didn't get anything wet yesterday. And every time I tell myself I'm going to switch, I got a good picture here. I'm surprised I'm not catching more right here. Every time I tell myself I'm going to change colors, I catch a fish. And let's see if I can get that to focus. Hard to tell. Well, that's a Fire Tiger I1 blade bait. The water color has definitely cleared dramatically, and I've got about. So I just take my lure and I let it go straight down as I'm watching it, and I have X amount of line off the rod, and when I stop seeing it, that's what I figure my visibility is, and it's probably 4 to 5 feet right now, which I would think is fairly normal. I don't know. But yeah, every time I go to change, and I've been dying to put the Joker on, and now that this sun's out, I don't have a ton of time left, so maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll switch baits. I haven't even fished that new blade yet. It's part of the 6-pack. And Mike told me last night that we've got more. We've got enough to do more 6-packs. So today, again, everybody tell me, if you still want them. I got probably 10 guys yesterday that messaged me. If everybody out there still wants them, I'm going to put 25 more up today. If you want them, if they're Christmas presents, let's talk about this. I can't see a damn thing. Let's talk about this. If they are Christmas presents for somebody, I try to mail everything next day. So today's Wednesday. Let's see, if I put them up tonight, I could have them. Friday's got to be the deadline if you want them by Christmas. Again, if they're just for you to go in your tackle box and it don't matter, then great, But if you got to have it by Christmas for somebody, then Friday's got to be the deadline to mail it, I would think. So let me know. Man, I might have to drag a swim bait here for a few minutes because I made a move. This isn't where I was on my first drift. I came back up and over a little bit, and boy, do I have a good picture right here. And big fish, but they're all pegged right to the bottom. Maybe I'll drag a swim bait through them and see if they'll eat it. Maybe I should put the Joker on first. Let's make 5 quick casts with the Joker. I've been dying to fish it. I've been dying to fish it the whole night the other night when I was putting those packs together. The last group of 25 that it was the first ones. The first ones with that color in it. You can see this has still got the factory snap on top of it, right from Mike. I have not tied this on yet. We're going to do it right now, and we're also going to catch a fish on it right off the bat. Because this thing looks scorching hot, and I've had such good luck with purple and chartreuse combinations this year that JJ McMuffin stuffing shiver minnow that I did so well with earlier in the year is, can you guys see that? So it's got, so this is a copper blade. Let's see if I can get the color. It's a copper blade with green prism tape on it, and then it's painted a dark purple over the top of everything. Man, it looks smoking hot. The Joker. Let's see if I can see. We're going to turn around real quick so I can read here. MF, good morning. Finally caught you live. Watch your videos daily. Thanks, MF. I'm assuming MF stands for Mother Fluffer. Morning, Matt. Morning, Steven. Good morning. Looks like Florida compared to yesterday. Yeah, Rumble Seed. I love you, buddy. Jim Hagler, morning. Scott Tagata. First day to catch her live. Looks nice out there. It's beautiful out here. Paul Messina, my buddy. Just joined. Good morning. The new blades look awesome. Love the name. Yeah, that's my wife. She's the brains and the looks of the operation. Go figure. If she was a better fisherman, she wouldn't need me. She keeps me around for comic relief, I think. Every time she looks at me, she laughs. So I guess I make her laugh, right? That's a good thing. I don't ask her what she's laughing at, but that's probably better. I don't know. My grandpa used to always say, what you don't know can't hurt you. I've lived by those words my whole life. Just the tip, as they say. Just the tip. All right, let's get back to it. All right. The Joker. Take one. If I catch a fish on this, the very first cast that I've ever used it, the price is going up. Ah. Here we go. I can't talk, I'm concentrating. I'm concentrating, all right? God. Well, all that concentration, I picked up a ZB mussel. What if Napoleon Dynamite was a fisherman? Geez, I think I got one. Oh, I got a public service announcement. I'm not going to say I thought it was funny, but I did kind of chuckle to myself. For anybody that lives up around this area, I was driving through the village of Central Square yesterday, and I happened to go by the church on Route 11, and there's a big like digital scrolling billboard in front of the church, you know, that announces whatever they got going on. And I don't know, I just happened to look over. I don't know why. Something flashed and I looked over and it flashed across the screen. Somebody took baby Jesus from the nativity scene in front of the church. Please return him. Two things immediately came to my mind. A, why has the church got the baby Jesus in the nativity scene before Christmas? Isn't that when you put the baby Jesus in the nativity scene? Is Christmas Eve? So we'll start right there. Two, let's all go back to when we were in high school and you get 6, 8 of your buddies sitting around the table at night shooting the breeze, and you're like, hey, what can we go do? Let's go do something fun. And one of those 6 or 7 buddies that were sitting around has got a baby Jesus in his house, in his room somewhere that he's hiding from his parents. All right, well, there's the first fish on the Joker. The giant specimen of a yellow perch. Probably the biggest ever caught on camera. There he goes. Joker rules! That's got to be one of our blade colors. O'Doyle rules! And then we can all yell that at each other every time we hook one on it. So, my PSA is, I would think at the very least, karmically, even though Catholics don't probably believe in that, or I shouldn't say Catholics, religions probably don't believe in karma, but I can't imagine you're helping your afterlife out if you stole Jesus. That just struck me as funny yesterday. And I'm trying, actually, my first thought was, so my son Danny's a senior at Central Square. My first thought was, God, I hope him or one of his buddies weren't involved in this. That would be, again, how would you discipline your kid over that? I'd have to go and laugh about it and then go be angry and say, you shouldn't have done that. But my first thought is that was pretty funny. So the first fish on the Joker is a big old perch. I'm getting shallow too. I'd really like to move back out. I don't know if I want to take you guys with me and move out, or it's 8:25, or just call it a day. What do you guys think? Think we should go make another drift real quick? First answer is what I'll do. Can't read anything in the sun. Morning, Don. MF, I've been called worse. Love what you do. Thanks, buddy. Matt, you know gold is the color. Yeah, John, but sometimes we gotta search around and find what else. Eric Wisniewski, what are you doing in Georgia, dude? You can't catch any walleyes down in Georgia, I don't think. Rumble Seat. She is the better fisherman. She holds the smallmouth record, doesn't she? Rumble Seat, you're getting deleted. I can't take that kind of negativity this early in the morning. Yep. She is a better fisherman. Come on. I've seen her catch fish. You make a good mate for her. Okay, Scott, you're deleted too. Looks like she opened up more. Wind helps. I had to break ice to short fish last night. Yeah. You gotta want it. How long before we're on the ice do you think? I still think we're a ways away. My guess is, I said it before, my guess is sometime second week of January. Great show, but I got to go to pickleball. By the way, it's 70 down here. John Jig and Rat Burrows, everybody, from Florida. Yeah, you're banned too, John. That's the first thing I thought. Okay. The I-1 blades just arrived. Thanks, Matt. Thank you, Jim. If it catches perch, it will catch it all. That's true, Scott. Back out. Make a drift. Why not? Oh, come on. Zach's graduating from what? Basic training? AIT? Something along those lines. Congratulations, troop. Excellent job. Drift. Okay. Let's do it. You guys just hang out with me for a minute. We're going to go make another short one. You know, what's funny is I've been on the receiving end of a lot of peer pressure in my life, but never peer pressure that said go fishing more. I love it. I don't really consider that negative. Hold on, I'm going in circles. So I'll give you, I mean, everybody knows it's not like it's some big deal, but I'll tell you how cold it is. So I just picked up my my drift sock out of the water. So my gloves got a little wet, and I went to grab my steering wheel, which is metal, and my glove froze right to it instantly. My GoPro was giving me a cold battery warning twice. I'm going to slide back out here. Man, I got a good picture here. I should have did way more than that. Although, listen, it's early. I mean, it's 8:25 or 8:30 in the morning. I'll bet you if I was out here today at from noon to 3, and that sun's been up all day, I would bet you that would change the bite. Next year, when I'm rich instead of so damn good looking, I'll be out here all day, every day. I know what you're saying. How could I ever be that rich? Ah, man, I'm so happy you guys are hanging out with me today. It's gorgeous, and I'm so happy that I'm hanging out here. Yesterday was cool, but it was a bummer, you know? I mean, I don't want this to end. I really don't. I wonder if I could petition the state to put in heaters or bubblers out here. At least in one small, like maybe just the west end. You know, that way the big bay guys could still be up in there. Just put bubblers out here. That'd be good. Maybe a heater. Maybe we get a nuclear plant built real quick and have a warm water outflow right here. Man, that would be fun. I got great ideas. Just ask me. Doobie doobie doo. Doo 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 doo. Strangers in the night. Oh, wolf pack. Right there. Right there. I don't want it. You gotta. Oh, my blade's frozen to my finger of my glove, and now it's stuck in my glove. Gloves suck. All gloves suck. I'm finding no matter how much you pay for them, it's the most I've ever paid for a pair of gloves, and they're not terrible, and they're growing on me. These are Strikers. I got them from the great guys down to Lakeside Outfitters. They're expensive. And they've grown on me since that first day. I can be honest with you, because that first day I'm like, these aren't going to work. They felt big and clunky like those old, just the straight neoprene ones. But I'm growing more and more impressed with them on a daily basis. They have kind of really fit themselves to my hand. They're not the warmest thing in the whole wide world. But they have good dexterity. I can do everything I need with them except for really change lures, because, you know, the hooks stick in everything. What are you going to do? what little bit of wind we got is switching around almost to the due north, because I'm pointed right at the South Shore now. Before I was at least going at an angle towards the yacht club. Now I'm pointed right back Berquist's old house. Got the whole pond to myself. Oh. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty. I don't know if the microphone's picking it up today or not, but over on the North Shore, all from Johnson's Bay all the way down to 3 Mile Point, there's a couple hundred big swans down there. There's only 2 species of swans we get in the Eastern Flyway. You got mutes and trumpeters. And the only difference in the 2 of them is a little bit of size, but from a distance it's hard to tell. The young ones look dirty. They're kind of mottled. They're brown and gray. They don't have all they're not adult. They don't have all their primary feathers yet. But the only difference in those 2 species of swans is one has an all black bill and one has a yellow stripe down both sides of its bill. And like I say, unless you're super close or checking them out with binoculars, you're not gonna see that. Ah, come on, good picture here. I'm gonna give this a couple more casts, and then I'm gonna finish up with the swim bait. 33.5 is a water temp. It's funny. It's hard not to think. I keep thinking I gotta slow everything down. The simple fact is that. Okay, yes, I'm sure they are affected by the falling temperatures, but there's nothing they can do about it. I mean, we catch fish through the ice and fast and furious, and sometimes you can really aggressively jig them and perch and walleyes and everything. And so part of me says, Matt, you got to slow your stroke down big time, and really, really take your time with it. And then in other aspects, I'm like, oh, just do what you always do. It works. They like it. It hasn't stopped these fish. So once it got south of 40 degrees out here for water temp, quite honestly, for me, it's been the best fishing of my season. I struggled in October. At least I thought I did by my standards. November came in, and even though the beginning of November was beautiful, by mid-November and that temp dipped below 40, it was game on. They were fat. Even the first walleye I caught this morning he was a short too. It was 13 and a half, 14 inches maybe. And that little guy was so pudgy, you wouldn't have believed it. You wouldn't have believed it. So they're feeding voraciously, I mean, it's just a matter of getting the right ones in front of you. Like I say, this picture right here feels like the right ones. They're not really cooperating. Give this another cast. Big flock of whistlers just went overhead. The old duck hunting guide in me can't help but look at them every time they fly by. That's funny. This wind just shifted back towards the west and picked up a little bit. Because now my drift's way up, my cast that was right straight in front of me is now way off to my right. Excuse me. All you can hear is frozen braid flying through the eyes. It's kind of funny. Let's catch up, see where we are in comments. Army National Guard. So Eric's son Zach is graduating from AIT, going in the Guard. Kudos, young man. Time to drag a swim bait. That's exactly what I'm doing. Are you using the new mic system? I am. Does it sound good? Jim Groff, they figured out how to change the name. No longer MF. Mother fluffer. Being rich is overrated. Just ask John Burroughs. Oh my God, that's funny. Oh, now it just switched back to the north. It just keeps going back and forth. Doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it. All right, guys, we're getting here at the end. Make a couple more casts. Somebody just commented that they were bored. I apologize for that. I really, truly apologize for that. This is almost like real fishing. You guys are sitting here just like you were casting. That is boring, though. Oh, there he is. He's a dandy. It's like heaven on earth right there. When you don't know if you're going to catch a smallmouth or a walleye on each cast, and every time you set the hook on one, look at that mouth. That's a mouth right there. You can take a swim bait like you're... I didn't say that. He's got a cleft lip too. Look at his lip right there. Thanks, buddy. That's a dandy. That's a dandy right there. I would normally say let's call it on that one, but I'd like to make one more cast and see if we can do that again, considering that was the... One minute that swim bait is swimming along, minding its own business. And the next minute, gone. Rod tip, whoop, just stayed right there. He didn't move hardly. Okay, we talked earlier about water temp and affecting fish behavior. I'll tell you that these smallmouth, definitely, they're still eating, and they haven't slid out to super deep water because I'm only in 16 foot of water. They haven't slid out to super deep water yet to go to their wintering spots. I'm sure some of them have. When you hook them now, their fight is very lethargic. The walleyes don't seem to be a whole lot of difference. But those smallmouth, you can almost tell they're big, heavy, solid, hook when you come up on the rod. But they don't act like they do even in 40-degree wet water. That's for sure. Man, good picture right here. I wish I had a couple more hours. I really do. And remember, the river's still open, so if anybody's looking to get out here, I know Bruton Boatyard because I go by it every morning. Their ramp is open and not iced in, so you can still get out. Let's do another quick comment check. See what's going on. Let's see. I'd rather be bored on a boat than bored at my desk right now. Thanks, Paul. Thanks, Chris. Ended on that. No way. That's a smallie. Yeah, it's funny. It's way more fun for everybody involved, me included. Like the other morning with Mike, or yesterday morning, shit, we didn't even fish. But it was fun just hanging out, Had our coffee out in the middle of the frozen lake and watched the sunrise over the ice in a boat. Go figure. Crazy, right? The things we do. I haven't called last cast yet. It's only 8:48. I really probably have a couple more minutes. I'd like to catch a couple more fish, at least one more. So I did. I switched over to that swim bait, and I am slow dragging it on the bottom because my drift speed's only 0.3. And so I'm just real slow dragging it and seeing. I have a good enough picture on the screen on the bottom to where I honestly feel like I should be catching way more fish. I'm almost out of coffee too. It's going to be almost out of my delicious Paul DeLima coffee. The best coffee you can drink. Made right here in Cicero, New York. Actually, if the wind's right, if the wind's right and all those guys that fish the West End, if the wind's just right, you can smell them when they're roasting down there. It's amazing. Oh, there was one right there. He stopped that swim bait and then let go of it. Come on, buddy. I know you want it. I don't want to work. I want to fish all day. People that say fishing is work. I shouldn't say that. When you do it for work, it's different. I can tell you that. All my life when I was guiding full time, everybody'd say, man, you got the best job in the world. Yeah. And no. Fishing's only, the actual time fishing is only a small part of being a guide. And all my buddies that do it up there every day on Lake Ontario and the Salmon River, and I consider a lot of those guys to be the hardest working, best fishermen I've known, you know. Especially that Salmon River, boy. It's a small river in the grand scheme of things, and it gets a lot of pressure. And the guys that can go out there and produce for their clients every day, that's big fat kudos in my book, because it's not easy. You know, in winter fishing, it's funny. I see way more guys right now. Although this isn't really, to me, winter fishing for steelhead anyway, isn't until after Christmas. Anything up to Christmas is really fall fishing. January, February it's beautiful up there, and there's so few people usually that you have the place all to yourself, which is a joy in and of itself. And we're gonna do. I promise you guys. I promise you that we are gonna float. We are gonna float the Salmon River this winter multiple times. It is something I enjoy to do, and you know, you think it's extreme right now. You know, it's nothing to fish up there. I've been out there when it's, you know, 0 or a blizzard or, you know, you name it. You don't really even think twice about it. It's a different situation. I mean, like if you're a guy walking in up there in the wintertime, you got to make sure if you're going to stand in the water that you're prepared, you know, cleats and warm waders. You know, my 5.5 mil neoprenes are just waiting to get out and get wet. So, but when you're in a drift boat, you don't have to worry about motors starting. About the biggest thing I have to worry about is if my anchor line is frozen solid and it's going to stop me or not. But you know, you don't have to worry about a motor starting and, you know, blah blah blah. You're just floating down the river just like you do every other day. It's beautiful too in the winter up there, man. Oh, it is. All right, this is it. This is really it this time. Last cast. All right, last cast. Funny, smell that. My gloves smell like smallmouth. Smallmouth with a hint of walleye, and they smell distinctly different. Distinctly different. Oh, they all do. Every fish smells different. Man, I could bottle this and sell it. I swear. I'm going to spin you guys around for a minute. I just think that this, we're so blessed to have this lake in our backyards. I just can never get enough of it. And every day it seems like I find something a little different that I see or that I like, or I never get tired of looking at the sun beating off the water. I never get tired of seeing that gorgeous sunrise every day. I never get tired of hanging out with you guys. And even though I just called last cast, I just switched rods, and I'm going to make a few more casts because I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. Because I don't feel like going to work. I feel like fishing. I feel like a giant 22-inch walleye come up and waffle time my swim bait. Although 2 smallmouth today, that's pretty impressive. I assumed that they were all going to be heading out deeper. I should know better. They don't all go at the same time. Nothing is ever any one thing all the time. And I say that all the time. Let's get it down and dirty and see what happens. All right. I've delayed the inevitable long enough. My net's frozen to the floor. It wants to stay where I want it to stay. Okay, let's do one last comment check, and then I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Working out to your live video. Way to go, Don. Better get to work. Have a great day. Thanks, Jim. All right, guys. Have a great day. It's hump day. Don't let man get you down. Be the man. Bring everybody else up around you. That's what it really is all about. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go do something productive myself today. I want to thank everybody for joining me as always. And have a great day. Keep your tip up.